always a wee bit backward going forward. Why, I do not know. Some people say that I was shy, and others just said that I was a wee bit slow. My father always blamed my mother for rearing what was such a lazy sod, but she always blamed him, for she said that all his side were a wee bit odd. I had my eye on Mary Ann for 20 years or more, and the only thing that held me back was the fear that she might say no. You see, I turned her down way back in the early days. Now, it's not that she got any better looking since, but I'm a wee bit easier to please. I was put in touch with this man who was supposed to be an expert in these sort of things. And he assured me that all I had to do was buy the rings. He says, if you follow my get a woman plan, I assure you that in a week or two, she'll be eaten out of your hand. He says, the next time that you meet her, pay her a lot of heat. Have a look at what she's wearing and see if there's anything that she might need. It might be a scarf for around her neck or something for her hair. And if you like the plan, come back to me and we'll take it on from there. By God, that very evening, as I was going for a pint, who should I meet but Mary Ann and her peddling on her belt. And just as we are about to meet, along comes this big truck, nearly blew the clothes right off her and denied a fine good luck. Well, there was nothing very much amiss as far as I could see, for all her odds and ends were covered up from just above the knee. But just then didn't I spy it, what a man could buy for the woman that he loves. It was sitting right in front of me. She wasn't wearing gloves. Well, I went home and I told my ma and asked her could she recommend a cane. And she says, you'd be far better off buying a pair for yourself, for you're always borrowing mine. But she says, you go on down to the drapery shop that's owned by Fred McVickers. And when you're in there, she says, get me a pair of pants. That one calls her knickers. Well, when I went into that shop, I was completely mesmerized. For when the girl behind the counter asked me what I wanted, I couldn't remember her size. I says to myself, I look an awful idiot, and I didn't know what to do. And I says, by God, you have me there, but she wears about a size 8 shoe. Well, anyhow, I bought a pair that I thought that would fit her well. Oh, a nice pair, lined with fur, with a lovely leather smell. Well, I went home and I had a wash and shave, and I took my ma's advice, and I splashed on what was left in the bottle of Old Spice. And then I went to fetch the present that lay upon the bed. But rather than picking up the gloves, didn't I pick up the knickers instead? Well, I left the house not realizing what I'd done. I hopped up on the tractor and she started on the run. When I reached Mary Ann's house, I could see she was all alone. So I parked the tractor on the slope and left her facing home. And then I sort of slithered up to the door, and on it I did knock. And when Mary Ann comes out, I says, we'll have to talk. And that's some wee thing I bought for you at McVicker's shop. And I handed her the parcel with a wee love heart on top. she opened up the parcel, she didn't look right placed, for the bit of the grin that she had on before was very quickly erased. I said, I knew you wanted these, for the other evening when I met you was the wind blowing so strong, I couldn't help but notice that you didn't have any on. And I liked these the minute that I saw them on the shelf. In fact, I liked them so much that I bought a pair for myself. For I'm always wearing my mother's, and you know that that's not fair to be always wearing hers when she only has the one pair. And the girl in the shop, she fitted them on, and in them she was absolutely glowing. And in fact, she said it's the style nowadays to wear them turned down so that there's a wee bit of fur showing. Well, about this time she had turned a very bright red, and I knew she was about to blow a fuse, and the language that was coming out of her I never heard a woman use. She gave me a shove, and she knocked me off my feet, and in the struggle that ensued, I lost 2 of my front teeth. While I free-wheeled down that old lane, with the tractor happing of each ditch, and my ears still ringing from the howls of that old bitch. And if I ever meet yon bucko was his get a woman plan, I'll tell him where to stick it, and to hell was Mary Ann.